What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following the Boca Breakdown series, you already know that we kick things off with East Boca, beaches, Meisner Park, big price tags, but today we're sliding just a little west and checking out Central Boca Raton. Now here's the deal. Central Boca is kind of that Goldilocks zone. It's less expensive than East Boca, but not quite as budget friendly as West Boca. Prices basically drop the farther west you go, and Central hits that sweet spot right in the middle. A lot of Boca residents will tell you it's the next best thing to living by the beach. You're right in between the Turnpike and I-95, close to Town Center Mall, amazing schools, great dining, and everything else that Boca has to offer without the East Boca price tag. A lot of buyers we work with start out focused on East Boca, but once they see what their money gets them here, they end up falling in love with Central. It's more family friendly, with gated communities, neighborhood parks, and a quieter residential vibe that feels like home. And here's something you'll notice right away. Gone are the carports, tiny bathrooms, and cramped closets. In Central Boca, you're stepping into neighborhoods with 2-car garages, larger lots, and homes that feel a little more modern and livable. It's that extra breathing room that makes a big difference, especially for families. And hey, if you're new here and you want the real inside scoop on what it's like to live in South Florida, not the polished brochure version, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. I'm Jonathan, and my team and I help people sell and buy homes all over South Florida every single day. Whether you're thinking about moving next week or next year, or just exploring, we've got your back. Go ahead and call, email, text, DM, whatever works for you. Now, before we jump in, don't forget to grab our free South Florida relocation guide that I made. It's packed with helpful info. If you're thinking about moving to Boca del Rey, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, or anything in between, you'll find the link right down in that description box below. All right, let's go ahead and dive into life in Central Boca Raton. All right, so let's paint the picture of what life in Central Boca actually looks like. This part of town runs between I-95 and the Turnpike, basically the middle slice of the city. You're not on the beach, but you're close enough to dip your toes in the sand in about 15 minutes. And in exchange, you get bigger homes, more space, top-rated schools, and the kind of neighborhood vibe that feels less like vacation town and more put-down roots type of place. Now, here's something important that most people don't realize. The majority of Central Boca actually falls within the official city of Boca Raton limits, and for the small part that doesn't, it's still within the greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District, which means that you still get access to Boca's amazing parks, recreational centers, and the beaches at resident pricing. Once you head west of the Turnpike, though, you're officially in unincorporated Palm Beach County, which is what we like to call West Boca. So you have services, taxes, and even emergency response can be a little different out there. So being in Central Boca gives you that nice balance. You still get true Boca benefits, from city services to beautiful public spaces, without the East Boca premium. Central Boca is also where things start to feel a little more structured. The communities are going to be well maintained. Many of them are gated, and you've got a solid mix of single family homes, townhomes, and condos, from original 1980s ranches to full-blown custom estates. It's where planned developments meet mature landscaping, and it just works. One of the biggest perks, you're surrounded by convenience. Town Center Mall is right in the heart of Central Boca, and that's not just the mall, that's the mall. Think Apple, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Tesla, and everything in between. Plus, you've got Boca Center, Glades Plaza, the shops at Boca Village, and some of the best dining outside of downtown. If you want sushi, steak, smoothie bowls, they're all within about 5 to 10 minutes. School-wise, Central Boca's got you covered. We're talking A-rated public schools like Verde, Blue Lake, Del Prado, and Calusa Elementary. You have Don Estridge, Spanish River High, and Boca Raton Middle, plus top-tier private schools like St. Andrews, Pinecrest, and Spanish River Christian School. Now, for families, that's a major draw, and when it comes to peaceful, you'll see people jogging, walking dogs, jogging around lakes, kids riding bikes, and parents meeting up at the parks. Now, speaking of which, Central Boca is stacked with green space. Sugar Sand Park is a local favorite with its science playground, splash pad, and nature trails. Patch Reef Park is perfect for sports and family picnics, and the Spanish River Athletic Park gives you those open-air fields and walking paths that make this area really feel like home. So yeah, Central Boca is not flashy like the beachside neighborhoods, and it's not sprawling suburbia like the far west, but that's exactly why people love it. It's Boca, and it's balanced. Let's talk about what day-to-day actually feels like in Central Boca, because yes, you've got amazing schools, homes, and parks, but what about the lifestyle? Well, first off, everything here is just easy. You're 5 to about 10 minutes from pretty much everything. Groceries, gyms, schools, coffee shops, the mall. It's all around the corner, so whether you're hitting a morning workout at Lifetime, grabbing a smoothie at Raw Juice, or knocking out errands over at the Whole Foods and Home Goods, Central Boca keeps it convenient. And when the weekend hits, you've got options. Take the kids to Sugar Sand Park or Patch Reef. Check out a concert over at Meisner Park Amphitheater, or meet up with friends for dinner and drinks without ever having to hop on the highway. Now let's talk food, because Central Boca's restaurant game is strong. You've got Restaurant Row, Boca's newest dining spot, and honestly, it's kind of a big deal. This place brings all the energy. It's modern, it's walkable, and it's packed with some seriously good restaurants all in one spot. You've got Stage Kitchen and Bar, which has small plates, craft cocktails, and a menu that changes with the seasons. It's one of those places where dinner turns into drinks, and suddenly it's 2 hours later and you're ordering dessert. Then there's Motec, which is casual Mediterranean with crispy schnitzel, loaded hummus plates, and shawarma that really hits. Super chill vibe and always packed. Potbelly Sushi is also here. It's straight from Miami. If you've had the butter crab roll, you know it's bold, it's fun, and never boring. It's perfect for a night out that doesn't feel too fancy. El Camino, which is tacos, tequila, and energy for days on days on days. Now this place is always jumping. Great for happy hour, date night, or just when you want to vibe out with good food and a spicy margarita. So yeah, if you're into food, drinks, and not having to bounce around town to find it all, Restaurant Row is where it's at. If you're in the mood for a steak, you've got some serious choices. New York Prime, Abe and Louie's, Gallagher's, Capitol Grill, Morton's, and Meat Market. Like, pick your vibe. You want classic, upscale, power lunch energy? Go New York Prime or Abe and Louie's. If you want something that's a little bit more modern and scene-y, Meat Market's the way to go. All of them are solid. You really can't go wrong. For sushi, I still love Sushiyama. Super chill spot, no frills, always fresh. It's that perfect go-to when you want good food without the wait list or the attitude. Now, if you're looking for something a little more trendy, True Food Kitchen, 60 Vines, Tap 42, those always hit. Great cocktails, upbeat vibe, brunch with friends, kind of energy. You've probably seen half your Instagram feed eating there, and if you want something different, Ceviche 105 is one of the hottest restaurants in Aventura, and now they brought the concept right here to Boca. It's modern, Peruvian fusion, killer seafood, tons of flavor, and a super cool vibe inside. Definitely one of the new go-to spots. And then there's Garden Butcher, plant-based, but they make it upscale. Even if you're not vegan, the food is seriously legit, and the space is beautiful. And of course, you have the local legends, Las Spadas for stacked subs, Vinny's Cafe for that viral chicken Caesar wrap, and Arbona, which is part cafe, part market, and all around a low-key gem. Great place to grab something fresh and hang out. So whether you're planning date night, fueling up post-gym, or grabbing something quick between showings, Central Boca's food scene has something for everyone. And that's kind of the theme here, right? Central Boca's balance. You're close to everything. It's family friendly, it's convenient, and the lifestyle from fitness to food to just everyday living is really hard to beat. All right, let's get into the real estate, because Central Boca has something for everyone. You've got original 1980s ranch homes with tons of charm, sleek new construction with all new upgrades, townhomes, condos, villas, gated communities, non-gated neighborhoods. It's really a full menu. But if there's one thing Central Boca is known for, it's this: country club living. The country clubs are the heartbeat of Central Boca real estate. Love them or hate them, they definitely define the area. And for a lot of people, especially those relocating from the Northeast or the Midwest or even California, the idea of living in a resort-style community with golf, tennis, restaurants, social events, and spa amenities is exactly what they're looking for. Most of these communities are mandatory membership, which means if you buy a home in the club, you're also buying into the lifestyle. And in some cases, that lifestyle starts with a 6-figure initiation fee. So it's definitely something you want to go into with your eyes wide open. Let's break down the big names. Broken Sound. This is one of the more approachable clubs in Boca. You have 2 golf courses, recently renovated clubhouses, and a wide variety of homes, from townhomes in the 500s to custom estates pushing $3 million. It's a great option if you want the club life without the ultra premium price tag. Boca West. This is the largest private club in the good country, 4 championship golf courses, 7 restaurants, massive fitness and spa facilities, and a social calendar that's always packed. Membership here is mandatory and starts at around $115,000 up front with annual dues on top. Homes range from under $300,000 for older condos all the way up to $4 million plus for luxury homes and villas.
Boca Grove.
Smaller and more intimate, but still packed with amenities including golf, tennis, and dining. It's a quieter, more low-key feel than some of the larger clubs. Homes generally range from the high 700,000s to 2.5 million plus. Now, membership is mandatory here as well. San Andrews Country Club. This is where you go if you're looking for top-tier luxury. Think custom estates, private chefs, 2 18-hole championship courses, and a serious social scene. You're not getting in here for less than $3 million on most homes, and the upfront equity buy-in is high, usually around $200,000 plus dues. But if you want prestige, this is one of the most exclusive clubs in all of South Florida. Woodfield Country Club. This is one of the most family-friendly clubs in Boca. Tons of young families, huge sports programs, incredible tennis and pickleball scene, and a beautiful resort-style pool and clubhouse. Prices range from around $1.2 million to $5 million, depending on the section. It's vibrant, it's social, and it's packed with energy. Boca Air Country Club. Smaller community with just 237 homes, but all of them sit on at least a third of an acre, and every membership includes golf with no tee times. Very laid-back luxury. Home prices range from $1 million to about $3 million, with mandatory membership in the mid-$90,000 range. Polo Club of Boca Raton. Technically spans both Boca and Del Rey, but a huge part of it sits in Central Boca. This club has a little bit of everything: golf, tennis, fitness, and more of a resort-style vibe. Homes range from the 500s for villas and condos to over $2.5 million for single-family homes. Mandatory membership required here as well. Boca Point. Now, this one is unique because it offers both mandatory and non-mandatory membership sections. So if you love the country club setting but don't want to be locked into dues, Boca Point might be the move. It's one of the most flexible communities in Central Boca, and it offers everything from condos to custom homes ranging from the 300s to 1.5 million plus. So whether you're into golf, tennis, the social side of things, or you just want to live in a beautifully maintained gated community, Central Boca's country club lifestyle really delivers. But just remember, these clubs aren't one size fits all. Each has its own vibe, membership structure, and target demographic. That's why working with someone who really knows the area can make a huge difference. Now, maybe the country club lifestyle isn't really your thing. Maybe you're not into golf, or maybe you just don't want to shell out 6 figures before you even move in. Totally fair. The good news, Central Boca is also home to some of the most sought after non-country club communities in all of South Florida, and these neighborhoods are in serious demand. You got places like Boca Raton Bath and Tennis, which is a gated, family-friendly community with huge lots, tree-lined streets, and a real neighborhood feel. No golf, no club dues, just tennis courts, parks, and a great location right in the heart of Boca. Homes here typically range from 1.5 to 3 million. Then there's the Colonnade, another favorite. This one has wide streets, a beautiful lakefront park, and it's zoned for some of Boca's best schools. Expect homes in the range of $1.2 to $2 million range, depending on the size and updates, of course. Del Mar Village flies under the radar, but it has an amazing location right near the mall and across from Boca Del Mar. Solid single-family homes, walkable to tons of conveniences, and prices range from the 800,000s to 1.2 million plus. Estancia is a gated community that feels upscale without the country club requirements. Estancia West is especially popular with custom homes and lush landscaping. Prices here typically start around 1.3 million and go up from there. Then you've got Mill Pond, a true Boca gem, quiet cul-de-sacs, mature trees, lakes, playgrounds. This one has that rare, charming suburb vibe that's hard to find in South Florida. Homes usually fall between 1 to 1.6 million and they go fast. Pheasant Walk is one of Boca's best value plays. It's not gated, but it has a great location, solid schools, and a relaxed community feel. It's a favorite for families and first-time home buyers, with homes ranging from 800,000s to low 1 million. For newer luxury homes, check out Royal Palm Polo. This Toll Brothers community offers massive modern estates, designer finishes, and a real wow factor, all without mandatory club fees. But bring your checkbook. Most homes here run between 2.5 million to 5 million plus. Seasons of Boca Raton is another gated luxury community with tennis, 24-hour security, and some stunning stunning custom homes. Prices typically run from $2 million to $4 million depending on the upgrades and location within the neighborhood. Timber Creek is loved for its peaceful vibe, central location, and big yards. There's no gate or HOA drama, just a true neighborhood with lakes, trails, and well-maintained homes. You're looking at prices from around $950,000 to $1.5 million. Woodfield Hunt Club is another standout. It's directly across from Woodfield Country Club and shares the same prestige, but there's no mandatory membership. You can buy into the club if you want, but you're not obligated. Homes here are large, custom, and stately, typically ranging from about $1.5 million to $3 million. New Floresta is one of those neighborhoods people drive through and instantly go, wow, this is nice. It has a classic Boca feel with mature trees, wide streets, and elegant homes, and it's super central. Homes here range from 1.2 to 2 million plus, and inventory moves quickly when something good hits the market. And finally, Les Jardins, one of Central Boca's most exclusive non-club communities, gated, ultra private, and made up of custom estates on oversized lots with lush landscaping. It's quiet, elegant, and full of character. You're looking at around prices from around $3 million and up, and opportunities here are rare. And here's a fun fact. Ariana Grande actually grew up in Les Jardins, and her mom still owns the home to this day. So yeah, even the pop stars know this is one of the best spots in town if you want privacy, prestige, and a central location. And speaking of exclusive, let's talk about Lilac. Lilac isn't just one of the most private communities in Boca, it's one of the most private communities in all of South Florida. Only 32 custom estates in the entire neighborhood, each one sitting on between 1 to 10 acres. Yes, acres. These are true trophy properties with private lakes, tennis courts, long gated driveways, and the kind of space you just don't find in Boca. This is where you'll find CEOs, hedge fund managers, doctors, and other high net worth individuals who want complete privacy without sacrificing location. In fact, John Henry, the owner of the Boston Red Sox, lives here, which gives you an idea of the caliber of this community. There's no country club membership, no shared golf course traffic, just secluded, ultra luxury living in the heart of Central Boca. Homes here start around 7 to 8 million, with many pushing well over 15 million, depending on the lot and the layout. It's quiet, it's exclusive, and unless someone hands you the gate code, you'd never even know that it exists and that it's there. So whether you're looking for that classic Boca elegance, great schools, or just a beautiful place to live without country club obligations, Central Boca's got options, and many of these neighborhoods are some of the most competitive in the market. When something hits the market here, it's game on. Now that we've covered the heavy hitters, the luxury and non-club communities where most homes are north of $1 million, let's talk about some of the more affordable single-family home options in Central Boca, because yes, they do exist. If you're working with a budget under $1 million, you still have solid options in Central Boca that give you a great location, strong schools, and that classic Boca lifestyle, just without the 7-figure price tag. Let's start with Amberwoods, which is a quiet, centrally located community with no gate, low HOA fees, and a laid-back neighborhood vibe. There you'll find mostly one-story homes with pools and 2-car garages, typically priced from the mid-700,000s to low 900,000s. Then there's Boca Del Mar, which is actually a collection of communities, not just one. It covers a lot of ground and includes everything from condos to single-family homes. The single-family homes here usually range from the 600,000s to 900,000s, depending on the section, and you're close to everything: parks, shopping, and great schools. Boca Madera is another underrated spot, centrally located, zoned for great schools, and full of single-family homes that have a lot of potential. Many have been updated, and prices usually fall between the 700s to 900,000s. Boca Square technically starts in East Boca, but parts of it creep into Central, and it's one of the best no HOA value plays in town. You'll find a mix of original ranch homes and fully updated modern styles. Prices here can range from $750,000 to just over $1 million, depending on the condition and the size. Costa del Sol is a tucked away community just off Verde Trail with Mediterranean style homes and zero pretentiousness. Peaceful, convenient, and typically priced from the mid 700,000s to the low 900,000. Paradise Palms is super walkable to Town Center Mall and has homes mostly in the $700,000 to $900,000 range. It's not gated, but the location makes it really appealing. Plus, you're minutes from everything. Palomar is actually part of Boca Point, and this one can go either way. Some homes creep over $1 million, but there are still opportunities under that number if you're watching closely. It's gated, well kept, and super central. We already touched on Pheasant Walk earlier, but it's worth repeating. It's one of the best single family neighborhoods in Boca where you can still find homes under $1 million. Great for families and has that real neighborhood feel. Santa Barbara is a smaller gated community that flies under the radar. Think like Mediterranean architecture, great location, and a clubhouse with amenities. Homes here often hover right around that $1 million mark, but you can sometimes snag something in the high nines. And then there's University Park and Country Club Estates. Not a country club community despite the name, but very well located. This one's a great option if you want to be near FAU, Boca Regional Hospital, and downtown. Prices are usually in the high sixes to $800,000. So while Central Boca has no shortage of luxury, there are still plenty of pockets where you can get a great home in a great location without stretching into seven-figure territory. All right. That wraps up our full tour of Central Boca Raton, where convenience, community, and comfort all come together in the heart of South Florida. Now look, it might not have the beach in your backyard like East Boca, but what you do get is incredible value. You're still in Boca, still zoned for A-rated schools, minutes from the mall, close to the Turnpike and I-95. You're surrounded by parks, you have shopping, dining, and a wide variety of neighborhoods for just about every style, for just about every single lifestyle. That's why so many people end up falling in love with Central Boca. It's the sweet spot. You're close to everything, but you're not paying a premium just to be near the water. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the final part of this Boca series. And if you got questions, want help with your home search, or just want to say what's up, drop a comment below. I read and respond to every single one. And before you go, make sure to grab our free South Florida relocation guide that I put together. It's linked in the description, and it's packed with helpful info, whether you're moving to Boca, Fort Lauderdale, Del Rey, Miami, and anywhere in between. Thanks again for watching. This is Live South Florida, and I'll see you in the next video.